Um, so yeah, I get 2 stars for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Literally can't remember it. Don't care enough to go back and watch. Um, Original Ant-Man. I think Original Ant-Man was better. I liked it more than Ant-Man 2, but um, it had they kicked off the director. What was his name? Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright was on board, and halfway through filming, he left. And someone else took over, and I want to watch the Edgar Wright version. I bet that was hilarious and amazing, and I think he left because they didn't want to make a hilarious, amazing film. They wanted to make something real, real bland. Um, so well, even though it's slightly better than Ant-Man and the Wasp, it loses points for not keeping Edgar Wright. So boo. The only thing that I like or care about this movie is the Thomas the Tank Engine bit at the end, which is hilarious, and I'm pretty sure that's an Edgar Wright joke. Um, then what we got? Age of Ultraman. Um, a lot of people don't like Age of Ultron. I like it. I think it's fine. It's got some fun bits. I'm going to put it in B tier. It's fine. Oh yeah, I've got to change my stream title. We are definitely in the filler section now. Um, Let me log in and fix that. Uh, Boop. We are just chatting. And we are ranking Marvel stuff. Boom. Fixed. What did you guys reckon? This is going to be controversial. I think I'm going to get some heat for putting B on Age of Ultron. Uh, oh, some guys are on board. Okay. You dislike that they made Ultron crack jokes a lot. Me too. But they sort of justified it by making him like 1/3 Tony Stark's brain. And he did feel like a mushed up Tony Stark. The theme's amazing. True. You think Endgame is the worst Avengers film? Holy shit. Disagree. But fair enough. Yeah, it does. Yeah, Age of Ultron does have too many quips, and a lot of them don't land. I'd agree with that, but I still enjoy it. Um, and it was Day of Ultron. True. Did not feel like a. It felt like they sorted it all out in a couple of days. But they're just using the comic title at that point, aren't they? That's all it means. Is this just MCU or all Marvel media? Just everything. Legion is the only S tier. I haven't seen Legion. This is just everything that's on here. So I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Um, right. Infinity War. I like Infinity War. That's a good film. Um, doesn't have enough Captain America in it. And that's really the only complaint I have with Infinity War. It's fucking good shit, man. Like, if the only thing I can say about it is one of the 50 characters in it isn't in it enough, it's just man, it blends the vibes of all the different groups and all the different directors together seamlessly. It No one feels out of character or out of place. They clearly brought all the different directors together of the main, like the Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Man and Captain America and Thor, and they made it work. Real good. Actually, an incredible achievement of filmmaking. Um, and yeah, if anything belongs in S tier, Infinity War probably does. I guess I got a second complaint about it, is that we don't trade lives, which is kind of not true, is it, Steve? You kind of trade lives all the time. You were happy to trade quite a lot of Wakandan soldiers' lives at the end, so maybe you should have fucking killed Vision a bit earlier. But fine, whatever. It worked. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's pretty fun. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. I'm gonna put it in the middle. Fine. Could be better. Could be worse. It's fine. Fun soundtrack. You know, some good '90s hits in there. Um, I can't spend too long on each of these. There's fucking thousands of them to get through. Uh, the Captain America, the Winter America. It's good, man. Winter Soldier's a good film. It's fun espionage. I like it a lot. I'm going to put it in A. It's a fun film. Captain America, the first Captain America. It's just, it could have been so much better. The setting, the Red Skull, had so much potential, but it's just not great. See, I'm going to put in C tier. Not much thoughts going into this. This is off the cuff. Civil War, fucking great. I like Civil War a lot. I'm going to put that in A. Shame they didn't keep Red Skull's active for future movies. He didn't want to do it. That's why they couldn't keep him. He was just like, I've signed for one. I'm doing one. He's a serious actor. Holy fuck, are you ranking Captain USA with A? Not the first one, no. First one's C. Civil War and Winter Soldier, they're really good. I like those films. Of all the Captain Marvel movies, almost all of which I think are too long. The original Captain America was the only one I thought could do with being a bit longer. It felt unfinished. Yeah, I mean, it's covering years of... I'd love to see more Captain Americaing around in World War II. And there's barely any of that in it. I would like to see him go on some missions. That would have been cool. Was Infinity War 1 better than 2? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got to it yet. We shall see. Civil War and Endgame are some of the worst films I've ever seen. Wow. Fair enough. Horses for courses, I guess. I like them. I remember I'm only ranking them against each other, not against, like, real movies. Doctor Strange. Ooh, first Doctor Strange is... Oh, it's okay. It's got to be like B or C, isn't it? For the fight scenes could be amazing, but they're just kind of like firecracker kung fu. For someone who can do fucking weird ass shit, he does not a lot of crazy weird ass shit. It's fine. But I don't think I'm going to watch it again. I loved the ending. I loved how the ending wasn't everyone shooting laser beams and screaming at each other. It had a really unique ending that I enjoyed a lot. But a lot of the other stuff's kind of generic when it could have been wild, you know? Endgame. I fucking loved Endgame. I think Endgame only really works because I'd watched 20 plus movies to get to that point, and it was an amazing send off for those 20 plus movies. Capped it all off nicely. If you haven't seen like a whole bunch of this stuff, I guess or you don't care about a lot of this stuff, you've watched it and you didn't care, then this would be a lot lower. But for me, it was beautiful, rounding off, tied everything up to real nice, and it was very satisfying. I enjoyed it a lot. Guardians of the Galaxy, it's pretty fun. quite kind of forgettable, but quite fun. I don't think I'm going to watch it again, but I enjoyed it. Stick that on a B. Um, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to watch it again. Spider-Man 2 is pretty forgettable, I think. Spider-Man Goes on Holiday has some fun bits, but I find it quite unsatisfying. It's fine. Incredible Hulk was bad. Actually, I've only seen it the once. I can't put it in bad because I don't remember if it was bad. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say it was D. Because I don't remember it being bad. I remember not liking it. Mysterio is cool. Yeah, I like Mysterio a lot. He was a good villain. He's not in it very much. I would have liked more of him. Iron Man 2. I don't like Iron Man 2. The baddies are bad. He goes through his whole alcoholic thing very quickly and unsatisfyingly. The character arcs are bad. The pacing's bad. The secret to figuring out a new element is bad. D. D for Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3 is also unsatisfying. It's probably not as bad as Iron Man 2 for me. I like it when he actually doesn't have his Iron Man suit for a bit, but then I hate that his suit. He's never in the suit. The couple of scenes that are good, he's not even in it, and it just falls. All his Iron Man suits fall apart all the time. I find the combat really unsatisfying in Iron Man 3, and the bad guy was unsatisfying, and the plot was silly, and I didn't like it. So actually, I'm going to put it in D. I think 3 was better than 2, but I don't know if it was better enough. Iron Man 1, I really liked it. I haven't watched it for years, but at the time, it was fucking amazing. It blew me away how good Iron Man 1 was when it first came out. It probably hasn't aged as well as the others because it was the first one. But you know what? I haven't seen it in 10 years, so I'm going to assume it's still good. I'm going to stick it in A. Black Panther. I didn't love Black Panther. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I hated how overpowered his suit was. All the fight scenes where he was in his suit felt tedious, and there was no peril because the more you hit him, the stronger he gets. I didn't like that. The bad guys were good. I liked Killmonger, and I liked Andy Serkis. I liked Andy Serkis a lot, but I don't know. I didn't. I didn't care about him or his character. They didn't really seem to be much of an arc. It was quite long, and the final battle looked like a PlayStation cutscene. So I'm going to put it in C. Spider-Man, the first new Spider-Man. It's quite fun, isn't it? He's kind of Iron Boy instead of Spider-Man, but it's fun and I like it. And Spider-Man's one of my favourites, so he gets extra points. Thor is not great. I'm going to put it in D. I've only seen it once, maybe twice, and one of those times I fell asleep. So it's going to be D. Um, Thor 2, The Dark Thor, is really bad. I hated it. Um, I really, really didn't like. And one of the reasons why Thor 1 is in D is because I wanted to make sure that Thor 2 felt particularly bad. If I put them together, they might think they were just as good as each other, and they're not, because Thor 2 might be one of the worst MCU films I've ever seen. And I thought it was terrible. Thor Ragnarok, however, fucking amazing. I like Thor Ragnarok a lot. That's a great film. Um, oh, is it A or is it S? I haven't seen it in a while. I did fucking love it when I saw it. But because it's funny, does it mean it gets less funny every time you watch it? I don't know. Um, I can't decide. It's somewhere between A and S. I'm gonna put an S tier. I really enjoyed it at the time. Maybe it's dated now, but you know what? I'll change it if I watch it again and it's dated. Um, Avengers 1, the first Avenging. It's pretty good. It's not amazing. It's not S tier. I liked it. I put it in A because it's better than Age of Ultron. It's not as good as Infinity War and Endgame. But again, I think it's like Iron Man because I saw it first at the beginning. I think if it came out now, it would be lower. But set the scene, set the tone, did it first. Pretty good. WandaVision. I like WandaVision. I don't love WandaVision. For me it spent too much time being a sitcom, and the kind of sitcoms it was being were not shows I would watch or enjoy. It dragged the mystery out a bit too much, and it had a dumb boner joke that was very unsatisfying. But there was some very good stuff in it too. Um, so B. I'm going to put it in B. Catherine Hahn was amazing, and it gets an extra point just for that because I love her and she's great. Two Captain America boys. I did not like it. I did not hate it. I will never watch it again. It can go in D. You have no memory of the boner joke. They got Evan Peters, who plays Quicksilver in the X-Men universe, to turn up. And that was really interesting because I was like, wow, he's the same character, but he's a different actor and he's from a different universe. What's happening here? What does it mean? What's going to happen going forwards? And then they were just like, he's a guy called Ralph Boner 4 episodes later. And that was it. That was the end of that. So, boo. Can I add more tears? Yeah, I can add more tears. I just feel like if I start adding too many tears, it's gonna lose all meaning. Um, but yeah, I don't have much to say about Two Captain America Boys other than it was clearly rewritten last minute because apparently there was a COVID type plot line that they wanted to change, and so the bad guy's plan made no sense, and the ending was dumb because they had to refilm it, and it wasn't very good. Um, Loki. I like the Loki show, but a couple of things made no sense. I wish he hadn't just got plot developed back into the same Loki in off screen. Would have been nice for him to be evil Loki for a bit longer. Um, but I liked it, and I will watch season 2. Um, it was just Doctor Who. It was a lot like Doctor Who. I think that's why I liked it. It didn't feel natural for his character to change. No, it didn't. He watched he watched Thor 2 on a screen, and that turned him into a good guy. And to be honest, if anything, I feel like watching Thor 2 would make me into a villain. So, boo. Stops it being an A. Wow, there's a few things that stop it being an A. But it is good. I do like it. Maybe I'll nudge it up after. Shang-Chi was fine. Had really good fight scenes. But the plot was a bit nothingy. I'm going to put it in C. Very good action. But I didn't care. Black Widow was bad. I hated the whole finale. I loved the family stuff. The beginning scene was amazing. Opening scene of Black Widow was fantastic. And all the stuff where the family were together was good fun. But everything else was bad. Maybe I'm being mean. Maybe it deserves to be in D. If it had come out 3 years earlier and had a more sensible finale, but the villain was so bad, and she was just surviving explosions. It was like, I don't know. I didn't like any of the action really in Black Widow, but I liked the character stuff. Yeah, they didn't need to explain where she got her waistcoat from. That was dumb. Um, I'm never going to watch it again. That's for sure. I would have loved it if Taskmaster was like, because she fights like she's watched all the Avengers and she can use all their fight stars. So there could have been an amazing fight scene where the Red Guardian has to fight Taskmaster, fighting like Cap, and then it would have been like he had fought Captain America. That would have been a nice little like end to his arc or something. He could have like protected his kids because he didn't protect them before, and he could have come full circle with him fighting someone like Cap and protecting his kids. That would have been a really cool ending. They didn't do it for some reason. He got stiffed in the ending for sure. A lot of things wrong with that film. Who was Taskmaster again? It was like the daughter of the British gangster who's in charge of the Black Widows for some reason. Yeah, it's long and dumb. What if? There's a couple of What If episodes I really liked, but most of them I didn't like. I didn't even watch all of them, I don't think. I liked like 30% of them, I think, off the top of my head. Ray Winstone, that's it. It was Ray Winstone's daughter. But she had no person. She was just a mind controlled robot. There was nothing going on there. I'm never going to watch What If again, that's for sure. Could have been amazing. Could have told some really cool stories. I think they really, a lot of wasted potential on What If. Hawkeye. I liked Hawkeye. I thought it was really fun. And I've never been a Hawkeye fan. But he had great chemistry with new Hawkeye. And I liked old man. He's still a badass. And he's just like, oh God, I've got to do another fucking thing before I can go home. It was a fun Christmas romp. And I thought it was great. I might watch it again another Christmas. Is it worth watching? I enjoyed it. It's not saving the world, it's not got anything you need to know for the rest of the MCU, but it's just like a fun Christmas adventure where a tired old Hawkeye just wants to go home but has to clean up a little superhero mess, and he's sick of this kid's shit. I would recommend it. If you've watched a bunch of Marvel stuff, you'll probably like it. I thought it was good. Um, they did him justice. I was worried they were going to like super overshadow him and make him look lame as shit and have her be the best at everything, but they didn't at all, and it was cool. They made him deaf. Yeah. Well, they made him like nearly deaf, and he had to like wear a hearing aid, which made sense because how many fucking explosions has he been right next to in his time? They should probably all got tinnitus at this point. But it kind of humanized him, and it was cool. Um, what's this? Eternals. Eternals was real bad. I didn't like it at all. It could have been a cool 10-part series, but it was a bad 3-hour film. Just nothing there at all. No character. No, none of the characters had any character to them, and the plot made no sense. And the fight scenes were bad, and it was boring. Spider-Man, all the Spider-Man. That's pretty good, wasn't it? Getting all the Spider-Man back. I like that. Um, it was great. I'm going to put it in A tier. I like Spider-Man because I've watched all the Spider-Man, and it was nice to see all the Spider-Man come back. It was very cool. I haven't watched it since, though, which is probably the only reason I'm putting it in S tier. I didn't love it enough to watch it more than once. I don't know why. I will watch it again at some point, I'm sure. But these ones I watched again almost immediately. And this one I didn't, which is stopping it going in S tier. Really fun, though. We'll definitely watch it again. The Spider-Man 2 was great as well. I think it's dated, though. I loved it as a kid. But I could almost guarantee that it's better than Captain Marvel and Age of Ultron, though, isn't it? It's very different to the MCU, and it's hard to compare apples and oranges. But it's just a classic. It's fucking call me an old nostalgic nerd, but it's just great. Spider-Man 3 is not as good as 1 and 2, and real wasted potential. Could have been amazing, but there's a lot of things wrong with Spider-Man 3, so it's not quite as good. Um, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Ugh. Both the Amazing Spider-Man film. Let's do the first one first. Amazing Spider-Man 1, Andrew Garfield. Oh, how bad was it? I hated their characterization of Spider-Man. And I hated. Which one is it? Is this the one with. It's the one with the lizard. Um, is it bad or is it just not good? Uh, the writing was terrible. The plot was bad. It's not as bad as Amazing Spider-Man 2, so it gets the same treatment as Thor. It needs to show how clearly Amazing Spider-Man 2 is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life, and I hated it. And it's very bad. So Spider-Man 1 gets to be up there so that it is distanced from how bad Spider-Man 2 is. Yeah, I like Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield was good. The film was not. Um, so yeah, Fighting the Lizard can be a D. Amazing Spider-Man 2. I could spend an hour or two talking about how terrible this film is. Spider-Man 2 is everything wrong with modern filmmaking, and honestly, I don't think anyone involved in it should be allowed near a major blockbuster or a beloved franchise again. It was just atrocious. Um, Yuck. Spider-Man 1, that can live right next to Spider-Man 2. I like Spider-Man. He's good. Um, Venom was bad, and I didn't like it. It was a weird, upsetting, bizarre film full of insane choices, and I hate it. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it as much as Spider-Man 2. Oh, maybe it's a D, because it's not as bad as any of those three. Um, But then if I put Venom here, then maybe some of this stuff deserves to be up a level. Oh, Venom's hard. Venom had some fun moments in it, though. Did have some fun jokes. We'll leave it in D. Venom. I haven't seen Venom. I've heard it's bad, so I didn't watch it. Daredevil was fine. I know a lot of people love it, and that's going to be super controversial. But I didn't finish it because I just didn't super care. It's not for me. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's not for me. Moon Knight, I haven't seen. I don't know anything about it. I just haven't seen it. The best Spider-Man film is Andrew. What? That's madness. Doctor Strange 2 was good, but not great. I liked it. It can be a B. I can't remember it very clearly to say what was good or bad about it. I just remembered liking it, but not loving it. I loved. There's a spot. I don't even want to say it, but there was a really cool moment in the third act that I really enjoyed, and that's why it gets a B. Okay, people are saying Moonlight's worth watching. I will put it on the list. Ms. Marvel, I didn't like, and I nearly didn't finish watching it. There was a lot of real dumb stuff. I liked the first like 2 episodes, and then it went rapidly downhill. Yeah, that's fine. That can be a D. Thor: Love and Thunder, I really didn't like. The comedy did not work for me. Most of the jokes missed, and there wasn't much else in it other than jokes. So it can go in bad, even though it's better than all of these. But oh, does it? I'm D and bad. I'm struggling with here. No, okay, it can stay there. That's fine. Yeah, should we make a Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 tier? There we go. Boom. I wonder if anyone else will join Spider-Man 2 in the worst film ever category. Let's find out. The Defenders. I didn't watch it. Nostalgia tier. Yeah, that's fair. I guess the Raimi Spider-Man can belong in the good brackets nostalgia tier. Let's do that. A nostalgia. There we go. That's fair. Right, what's this? Iron Fist. I didn't watch it. It looked real shit. Punisher. I haven't watched it. I've heard it's not shit. I can come down one now. Any of these want to come down again? Yeah, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man can come down one now as well. Now that it's not touching Spider-Man 2. In no world is Captain Marvel better than Ant-Man. Oh, you missed the beginning. I explained Ant-Man lost a lot of points because they got rid of Edgar Wright. And if they kept Edgar Wright, I think this film would have been like up here, honestly. But they butchered my poor boy's vision. Bring Venom down. Yeah, all right. Luke Cage. Haven't seen it. Jessica Jones. I did see Jessica Jones, and I liked it. I liked season 1 of Jessica Jones a lot. I didn't like season 2, but I thought season 1 was great. I guess mainly because of David Tennant. He was a really good villain and was made that show super compelling. Um, I think if it was just season 1, I'd probably put it up in A, but I didn't even finish watching season 2. That drags it down. Why isn't Deadpool on there? None of the X-Men stuff is. I don't know. I've just borrowed someone else's, so I don't know. Don't know why some things are on here and some things aren't. She-Hulk. I didn't like it, but it had some fun moments. I don't think it was terrible. I don't think it was good. I liked bits of it. I'm Groot. I haven't seen it. Legends? I don't even know what that is. What's Legends? Spider-Man, but no Fox-Men. Well, I'm guessing because the Spider-Men all cross over with Marvel, whereas the X-Men don't yet, would be my guessing. Legends is a reminder series of all the characters. Oh, okay. So it's just like a recap. Fair enough. Morbius. I, oddly enough, haven't watched Morbius. I've heard it's great, though. Apparently, the bit where he says it's Morbin time is. Wakanda Forever. I haven't seen it. It's quite new, and I didn't love the um, first Black Panther. And all of my favourite things about the first Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, Andy Serkis, and what's his name? The guy who plays Killmonger. Those 3 actors are all great, and none of them are in this one, so I wasn't super interested in watching it. Patrick Stewart was in Doctor Strange. Ooh, holy shit, you're right. You're right, I stand corrected. The X-Men have crossed over. I'm wrong. Well done. Yeah, rip. Rest in peace, Chadwick. That was tragic. I know he doesn't really say it's Morbin time. That's the joke, I think. I haven't seen the werewolf thing. Is it any good? I've got no idea. I don't know anything about it. What even is this? I can't see it. Oh, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. It was alright. Yeah, we'll wait and see. It's fine. Yeah, you're right. Iron Man 1 probably does belong in nostalgia tier. Probably Avengers does too. Good call. Um, and then that just leaves Ant-Man, which obviously I haven't watched yet. Because is it out yet? I don't know. If it is out, it just came out. Well, here we go. That's, I guess, Ben's initial Marvel tier rankings.